Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Kings. My name is Matt, it's a pleasure to be back with you guys today here with the natural lighting feel on the video, and it's time to get into exactly what's going on with SHIB. Let's get right into it, folks. So if you guys have not already seen what has been happening, guys, this has been perhaps one of the most interesting movements in the entire history of Shiba Inu's lifespan. Now, of course, right now we are at around 65 with a 4% decrease on the day. Market cap here is around $35.6 billion, so still higher than obviously much of the recent months, but definitely not quite where we were when we were roaring ahead past Dogecoin. The volume, guys, is up a lot, but unfortunately, that is a lot of sell volume. So the question is, where does SHIB go from here? I know so many people have had this question, and let's talk about what I did and how I think it's going to work. So what I did yesterday after looking at this graph here is I said, you know what? I think what we are looking at here is a triple bottom. It wasn't actually me, though. It was a guy on my stream who said this, and it was brilliantly pointed out. I didn't even notice it until someone from my live stream pointed this out. But essentially, what we are working with here is really a triple bottom movement, which looks something like this. So it's almost like a W where you have three bottoms, and then you rise up in a bull run. So the idea here is that every single bottom here, you bounce off of. Every time you bounce off of. So essentially, this is a recorded history of you retesting the same support line 3 different times. And of course, if you're retesting it 3 different times, it would be common sense to say, hey, we're going to break out beyond this at some point. So the question is, where is that support line? What is that support line doing? And how is it going to impact the future price? So before we get to that, guys, make sure to check out Webull. Top of the link down below in the description, guys. It is so easy to do. If you guys want to get started trading crypto, stocks, you guys can also trade SHIB over there. So if you guys use my link, you guys will get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. Always do appreciate it, guys. But when we take a look here, guys, over on TradingView, obviously, when it comes to a line of support, where do you guys see this bouncing off? Well, there are a few options here. Now, the main line that I've been talking about forever is the 60 line, and this 60 line here seems to be proven true just about every time. And you guys can see there are, again, a ton of recorded instances here in which it goes slightly below, bounces off, slightly below, bounces off, slightly below, bounces off. Now, yesterday, before I went to bed, I actually placed a limit buy order at 62. So that was, in my opinion, the safest margin that I could get to without, obviously not letting the order fill. That was the safest I could get to while being able to add a new bag to my SHIB portfolio. So the limit buy order of 62 managed to work out perfectly, but as you guys can see, it barely heads down and it barely hits 62. My order fills and then it heads back up. So I was very happy with that estimate, and I know I talked on stream yesterday with some people about that. Very happy that that estimate managed to work out. So the question is now, how much further do we fall if that is the case? And do we bounce off the line with rigidity, or do we bounce off the line from, 62? Are we really going to test it? Are we going to get to 58, 57, and then bounce back? It's hard to tell. But the question is, how much further do we fall in these future candles? Or are we going to right now experience the very start of another bullish movement? That is the question. Because really, guys, when it comes down to it, there are a few bearish indicators here and a few bullish indicators here. Now, the first bearish indicator that is major, of course, is this rounded top, which you guys can see here on screen. These rounded tops, which again, it looks like it's going to complete another rounded top. It just kind of depends whether or not it's going to complete it. But essentially, this rounding here does inherently mean that it is pretty bearish. That is not very good. However, the rounded tops also mean something else, of course, and that is the fact that, of course, this could be a triple bottom to 3 over here. We can combine both here, and then we have this very tall flag here to make it the flag for the bottom, and then there you guys go. We have a breakout in both instances. So the question is, does it follow that bearish movement, or does it follow that bullish movement? And again, there are a lot of different indicators that could lead to either potentially happening. Right now, this candle's looking good. I mean, it's hard to tell, but right now, I got a hunch we're feeling pretty bullish today. That is my hunch, just because it is following that triple bottom like clockwork. When we take a look at the relative strength index, you guys can see here, we are pushing near the middle of it, which is all good. Again, at one point, you guys can see we hit the very bottom here at around 30. That was probably when my limit buy order filled, right around 62. So that was our low here for this. And right now, we're pushing towards the middle, so that definitely is not bad. It means that we have some headroom to move up here. So in theory, we could, if we wanted to, go to 68, 69, 70 while still being within the bounds of what the relative strength index considers to be normal. So we definitely do have that potential. And of course, we have a tiny bit of room to slip downwards if that is the case, if we head from 65 down to 62 or 63 again. So we definitely do have those options available. When we take a look, of course, at the Fibonacci retracement, one of my all-time favorite indicators here to work with, you guys can see it is going to obviously measure the top and bottom here. So we have 72 here at the top, and then the bottom here of the most recent charting here at 65. So essentially what we are working with here is really the goal of being able to just break back into any of these lines here. The 23.6% line especially I am eyeing. So if this green candle is good and the next candle is green and the next candle is green, I could see that the 23.6% line is something that we are trying to break into. So that is the goal, if we can somehow get into the 23.6% line. So that again is acting as a period of resistance, making it a little bit difficult to sort of re-enter again the high 60s, the 67s, the 68s, making that just a little bit more challenging. Then of course we check the MACD, which I'd love to check as well. A very old indicator, been around forever, but it does seem to work quite well. So the MACD again is giving us a small hint of red here, not an awful lot. Again, it does show to me that it is quite possible that this could re-enter the blue and obviously, or the green, however you're viewing this aqua color here, re-entering the green and showing buy again. So that is definitely possible. Of course, it is just hard to tell. But all around, guys, again, I'm looking forward to seeing what this does here in the near future. Really, it's a matter of just figuring out what the market wants to do today. Again, if you guys remember from yesterday, that whale moving $2.4 billion worth of SHIB into the 4 different wallets, I think caused a lot of kind of agitation, and I don't think that led to a major sell-off. Obviously, the fact is because he didn't sell, he just moved it, but I think that relocation kind of stressed out and agitated a lot of people, which, you know, I could definitely see as being something that would cause, you know, room for concern. Because really, his intentions with that is hard to tell. He might be trying to, in the 4 wallets, trying to kind of distribute it to exchanges a little bit more gradually and slowly so it doesn't, you know, tank the whole market at once. You know, that would be very courteous, I suppose, but, you know, it's hard to tell exactly what this guy is planning on doing, but everybody thought this guy was just gone and, you know, the wallet was lost, whatnot, and then yesterday, boom, it wakes up and there's activity, which is pretty unbelievable, so that is definitely strange. Now, guys, we also do have a possibility that, you know, if there is no bullish movement today, particularly, you know, that is exceptional, we could just watch it consolidate, guys. It is completely possible that we could watch this in the near future, just consolidate somewhere between, you know, maybe 68-ish and maybe 63-ish. That is very possible. Again, that's just another scenario I think you guys might want to know, is the possibility that we just kind of consolidate between here, 40 foreseeable futures, kind of bounce off, you know, the top and the bottom and whatnot. And this could go on for a week, you know, 2 weeks, who knows? It is conceivably possible that something like this happens. Again, I just thought, you know, you guys might want to know of the possibility as well. So with that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily SHIB vids. Follow me over on Twitter, guys, over here at Matt Garbarino. I will see you guys over on the next video. Peace.